Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tess. If you don't know me yet, I am a licensed esthetician and acne specialist. I really specialize in treating acne virtually, and I see people of all ages all over the country, honestly everywhere from 11 to 55 years old, so quite a range. But today I want to talk you through my post-care skincare routine. I recently had a little laser treatment done, and there was a lot of curiosity on Instagram about this treatment I had, which is called Clear and Brilliant. Clear and Brilliant is a fractional laser similar to Fraxel, but it's kind of known as a mini Fraxel, not quite as intense, and it is a really cool treatment because there's not much downtime associated with this laser. So I do feel like this is a great treatment to get a lot of bang for your buck if you are dealing with post-acne trauma, hyperpigmentation, maybe some scarring or loss of collagen. This is kind of the ideal treatment, and really I think a lot of skin types and tones can benefit from this treatment. It is very gentle, but I do think it has quite a nice impact on the skin in terms of targeting hyperpigmentation, tone, texture, and helping your skin to regenerate healthy tissue and to produce more new collagen. It is recommended to get a series of 4 to 6 treatments. I've actually done Clear and Brilliant before. I believe I did 3 sessions in my mid-20s, and I did it again in my late 20s, and I alternated V-Beam with Clear and Brilliant. I had a little bit of melasma at the time, and I was also dealing with rosacea when my rosacea was really at its peak. I would say it's pretty well managed now, but at the time those were my 2 major concerns, and my derm recommended kind of alternating between the 2. Now I feel like my skin is in a really good place. My pigmentation is managed. I am a little bit of a freckly person. I can get some browns, and I would just like to keep my pigmentation and melasma at bay. My main concerns honestly is a little bit of acne scarring and fine lines. I'm now 33 years old, so I'm all about the preventative treatments and treatments you can do to stimulate collagen. I think starting these types of treatments early, maybe in your mid-20s, early 30s, is a really good idea just to keep the quality and integrity of your skin looking really nice, so that you don't feel like come your mid-40s you need to do all these crazy injectables, or you feel like you need a facelift. Ideally, I would prefer getting a series of micro treatments earlier on and really investing in lasers as well as skincare. I think if somebody is on a budget and they want to take care of their skin, they have a little bit of money to spend, but they just want to make sure they're investing in the right treatments, I think Clear and Brilliant is a really good choice for a lot of people. Again, because there's not as much downtime, and I like this because when you have procedures that require a lot of downtime, there's more room for risk, injury, not healing properly, and it can be difficult for those who are acne prone to stay off of their actives for a long period of time. With Clear and Brilliant, the recommended amount of time you stay off your actives is 1 to 3 days. So this is vitamin C, salicylic acid, glycolic acid, your retinoids, any of those more intense exfoliating or resurfacing ingredients. That's really not a lot of downtime, and what's nice about this treatment is you could do it before a vacation, a red carpet, any kind of special event. Ideally, you'd do it maybe a week before the event, and you could head into the event with really nice, glowy, vibrant skin. This is my skin one day post Clear and Brilliant, and I do have some redness. I get a little bit dry around my mouth, but you know, it's really not a ton of downtime. I don't look like I just had this crazy procedure. Don't have a lot of peeling, really no swelling. It's just that little bit of redness, which could easily be covered up with tinted sunscreen. I want to go ahead and show you guys my routine. I hope you like this video. Please subscribe for more videos if you do like it, if you like learning about skincare, acne, wellness, nutrition, all of the good things, make sure you subscribe and stay a little while, and let's get into my post-care routine. Okay, so I just mentioned it is 1 day post Clear and Brilliant, and one thing you will absolutely want if you're thinking about going to get this procedure is having gentle cleansers and gentle moisturizer, because again, you don't want to be using cleansers that have active ingredients. It will sting and burn and possibly compromise the treatment. So you want a nice, high quality, anti-inflammatory, gentle cleanser. My cleanser of choice post Clear and Brilliant is Undo for the morning time, and I like to use low foam in the evening. I think after this type of treatment, this is one of the few times you don't need to double cleanse at night. You just want to be very, very gentle to the skin and baby it. So I have just used Undo to cleanse my skin. I'm kind of a messy cleanser, so felt like I didn't need to show you that part, but I use Undo. My skin is clean, and one point I wanted to make is that you want to be conscious of bacteria post Clear and Brilliant, or really post any type of laser or more invasive treatment. We have essentially just created thousands of tiny microscopic holes in the skin, and this is good because it's controlled injury to the skin, which helps to stimulate collagen and regenerate new tissue. But you want to be cautious with bacteria. So post-treatment, you don't want to be touching your face, you don't want to be sweating or going to the gym. You want to make sure you're sleeping on a clean pillowcase, using clean towels, all those good things. There are 2 products I absolutely love for post-treatment. I also love these for my acne-prone people. And the first is the Hydrinity Hyacin Active Antimicrobial Cleanser. It's really a mist, and this is a highly stable medical grade hypochlorous acid. I have this for retail on my Pomp storefront. I will put a link to my Pomp in the description box. This is where I retail a lot of amazing professional brands like Jan Marini, Color Science, Is Clinical, Hydrinity. So you are able to sign up for Pomp and send me a little message if there's a product you know you want to purchase or order from one of those brands. You can also send us a message, and one of my helpful assistants at Pomp will get the message to me. So it's kind of a cool platform and technology that is a big part of my business. Another product we retail on Pomp, which is absolutely amazing, is these Clean Skin Club one-time use towels. My face kind of just dried after applying the mist, but these are really nice to have post-procedure so you aren't tempted to use a dirty hand towel or towel you used on your body on your face. We really want to be cautious about the bacteria. We don't want it to enter any of those little tiny holes in the skin and create an infection like staph. So it is a good idea to just be cautious of any added bacteria that could enter the skin. Next, I have one of my favorite products of all time. My clients love Complex, especially my more sensitive clients. I actually just had a client who had a crazy allergic reaction. She didn't know she was allergic to kiwi, which happened to be in a product she was using, and her face was swelling. She had a lot of edema, redness, itchiness, so we had to put her on Complex, and I recommended to her that she use it up to 4 times a day to help with the itching and tightness that can come with an allergic reaction. So Complex is honestly something I think everyone needs, especially estheticians. In case you are in the treatment room and somebody does have a reaction, it's really nice to kind of have an emergency kit, anti-inflammatory type of item. But Complex can be used by everyone, from acneic clients to melasma clients to rosacea clients. Inflammation is really at the heart of all of these inflammatory skin issues, even aging or sensitive skin. So it is honestly just a staple. It is always the first product I use on my skin after I have cleansed and toned. And it is a really, really nice product for post-procedure. All of the Free Skin products are designed with post-care and intensive treatments in mind. I wanted to have offerings for my clients who go get these types of treatments and still want to treat and nourish their skin post-treatment, but don't want to be using low quality products from the drugstore. I found there was really a gap in the professional marketplace and just in skincare in general for very high quality, gentle, soothing types of products, because sometimes it feels like it's either very simple, low quality products at the drugstore or very complex, sophisticated actives in the professional marketplace. So I kind of wanted to create a little balance in the middle, because I just feel that is so needed. And having a good, high quality anti-inflammatory serum, it's something you can use every single day. It's something you can use post-procedure, or should you have kind of an emergency reaction. Okay, this next step is not necessary, but I think it's like one of those nice to have types of things. It's a nice treatment boost. I love it for self-care, and it is the highest quality medical grade LED device on the market. There are a lot of bad LED devices and just a lot of bad home care devices in general. So I really don't recommend them often, to be honest, when it comes to something like microcurrent or NuFace, even something like gua sha. I tell my clients, like, I'm okay if you skip those things, because I think they're very time intensive. And something like the NuFace, where not only do you have to purchase the device, but you have to keep purchasing the conductivity gel, I think that can get really expensive. And I do have a NuFace. I'll use it from time to time. Then again, I'm really not getting the most benefits out of it because I'm not using it consistently. If you're going to use something like that consistently, you love the result, I'm all for it. But at this time, with the latest innovations on the market, if I were to recommend one advanced at-home home care device, it would be the Omnilux mask. I've recently become affiliated with this brand, so I want to be totally transparent about that partnership. That said, this was like a dream partnership that I feel like I manifested this year. I have learned about this device from a lot of my peers who I respect very much. They love it. They see awesome results with their clients, and they truly feel like it helps their clients to boost the results they're getting in their treatment room at home. And for me, being an esthetician that works virtually, I really value convenience myself, and I know my client base really values their time and convenience as well. I think if somebody can invest in a device like this that is going to last a long time, it's something that is safe and beneficial to use every single day and really helps to boost ATP and healthy cells. So this helps to ensure your skin is performing and it's really at its optimal function. So not only does it have an aesthetic benefit for hyperpigmentation, aging, and collagen production, it is really healthy for the skin health. And that is something I really believe in and stand by. I think skin looks its best when it is healthiest. So this is kind of like, you know how you charge your cell phone? It's almost like charging your skin and giving it the optimal ATP it needs to perform and look its best. So I personally love the Omnilux. It's also very convenient to use. It only requires 10 minutes, about 5 days a week, 7 if you can do it. But I love it because I can throw it on, and if I need to answer emails, I want to make a smoothie, clean my apartment, I can wear it and kind of walk around. I'll show you guys how it looks on. But I can also wear it if I just want some downtime at home and I want to chill out and relax. I love doing this after a shower. I do throw on a clear mask or serum. That is important. You cannot do this with moisturizer occlusive masks, oils on the skin, it will not work. So you have to make sure you have a clear serum or a mask. I have Complex on my skin, and that actually works just fine because it is a translucent serum. But I do like this post-procedure. I just feel like if you are going to use light therapy, one of the most opportune times to do it is after a treatment like Clear and Brilliant, when you have created those microscopic injuries. The skin can better absorb the LED light a little bit more efficaciously. So this is a really good time to benefit from a treatment like this. You can also use this mask after a treatment like Matrix Pro, even Fraxel, to help speed up the healing process. So I just leave this on for 10 minutes. There's a handy little clicker, so as soon as you're done, you can click it off if you want to keep it on for longer than 10 minutes. Otherwise, it does turn off on its own after 10 minutes. Usually I'm like, I want 20 minutes. I really enjoy the self-care. And it's a nice little time in your day where you're like, I'm taking 10 minutes for myself. Next, I am going to make sure I treat underneath the eyes. Reason being, when I had this treatment done at Dr. Kappel's office, they did treat under the eye, which I very much appreciate because this is one of my major areas of concern. It is one of the quickest areas to age on the face. The eyes and the lips are a very delicate, thin tissue. So I definitely want to nourish this area. And again, since we have those microscopic holes in the skin, it is nice to ensure the area is treated. This eye cream does have niacinamide. This is an active ingredient that is safe to use in lower concentrations post-procedure. You wouldn't want to use something like a retinoid or a vitamin C eye cream, but the niacinamide is actually very soothing and healing, helps with inflammation, as well as targeting hyperpigmentation and aging concerns. So that feels really nice underneath the eyes. I feel like my eyes and just around the lips and lower face is where I get a little dry. And this is my little multi-hack. You can totally use it this way. If you also get dry in these areas, I use this eye cream as like a little targeted, soothing, hydrating, age management serum. Really nice for these delicate areas where we can also be prone to smoker's lines and just fine lines in general, little marionette lines. So I do like to apply the eye cream and just spend maybe 20 seconds, if I can remember, just to give this area a little extra love. Next, very important step is using moisturizer and using the correct moisturizer. Again, you want to make sure you're very familiar with your products and you're not reaching for maybe a night cream with glycolic acid or something with vitamin C. I have made that mistake before, confusing the V-Beam and Clear and Brilliant protocols many years ago, and I will never forget applying the vitamin C and my face just turning bright red, feeling really irritated, and it wasn't fun. So again, make sure you're avoiding those more intensive actives. You might be able to tolerate it on day 2 or so, but I would definitely check with your provider first. As for moisturizer, I have 2 incredible options here. I have the vitamin E cream and the peptide cream from Glymed Plus. These are both slightly more nourishing moisturizers for, I'd say, more dry skin, although normal skin could totally use them as well. They are acne safe. All of Glymed's products and moisturizers are non-comedogenic. So if you have acne prone skin and you are nervous about using certain moisturizers, Glymed is a really good brand to choose from. And they have tons of different moisturizer options, just depending on what consistency you like. These are 2 of my favorites for skin that is more dry, and they are really great post-procedure. The Intense Peptide Cream is one of my favorites. I think it's very underrated, and it is a nice bang for your buck if you're not able to purchase an eye cream and a moisturizer and you want to purchase something that could be used for both. You can actually use the peptide cream for both of those concerns. And the vitamin E cream, it's a little bit thicker. I would say if you have oily skin or you don't like a thicker consistency, it's not ideal. It also does have a slight tacky texture to it, so I actually think it makes a great makeup primer for that reason. Provides a little bit of grip, but if you don't like that feeling, I would probably go with the peptide cream. Something that is also fun about Glymed is that the brand was really made for cocktailing. And not all brands can say that or have, technology that you can mix or layer, but Glymed was really made for skin professionals with the idea in mind that we would be mixing and cocktailing treatments in the treatment room. So I like mixing these two together. I find the vitamin E cream provides a little bit of a more rich consistency, and I like kind of the glide that the peptide cream provides. So I am mixing these two, but you definitely don't need both, and you don't have to be mixing moisturizers post-procedure, so I don't want to confuse anyone. This is kind of just a matter of preference and like a why not kind of thing. I am applying a little bit of a thicker layer. This is not going to clog my skin, but I just want to get a nice layer on because I do have a little bit of dryness and flaking. I'm being very gentle. I don't want to manipulate the skin too much, but I do want to apply a little bit extra and just allow that to soak in. Otherwise, I know I'm going to be applying moisturizer in an hour or so just because I am feeling really dry from that treatment. I was already feeling dry. This winter has been no joke. It's been really cold and windy and rainy in California, so I'm just trying to give my skin a little extra love. And generally you can do this with an eye cream or a moisturizer. If you are very dry, you can just apply a little bit extra and allow that to soak in. And I'm loving the glow and hydration that this gives my skin. This is I get a little bit more dry, so just massaging that in. Okay, if it were nighttime, I would keep this routine exactly the same. So this routine works for AM or PM, post Clear and Brilliant or post fractional laser. I am going to take a tiny amount of Cell Balm, and this is just an occlusive that helps to lock in moisture. I'm going to not only seal in those moisturizing products, but also provide a little bit of a second shield for my skin. This is where I'm getting a little bit of flaking. I don't really feel I need Cell Balm on my forehead where I can be slightly more oily, so I'm just going to keep it to this lower face area. Cell Protection Balm is one of those, dare I say, must-have products. I know a lot of people like Aquaphor or don't mind using Vaseline. In my experience in treating clients who've used both, Cell Balm is a lot more healing. It does have an ingredient called yeast beta-glucan. This is a very healing and underrated ingredient in my opinion. And when you're using those other occlusives, they're really just the shield. They don't have botanicals or really other healing ingredients. So you're kind of just protecting your skin, but this does allow the skin to heal a little bit more easily. And you can apply it on your lips. I definitely take any extra and apply it to my hands. Cell Balm is a product I've been using for the past 5 years. There's a lot of balms on the market, and I feel like a lot of companies try to compete and create the best balm, but in my opinion, Cell Balm has not been beat, even by other professional brands. I've tried Alastin's Nectar, I've tried Is Clinical Shield. My personal favorite is Glymed Cell Balm. Just consistency, the ability to heal, whether it's for eczema, psoriasis, post-procedure skin, it is just a beautiful healing product. So I absolutely cannot live without it. It's definitely in my top 5, maybe top 3 Glymed products of all time. By the way, let me know if you guys would like another video on my Glymed favorites. I have a Cell Balm in my purse, by my nightstand, on my desk, in my office. It's just, I want to be surrounded by Cell Balms at all times. I am going to allow this to absorb a little bit, clean up a little bit in my bathroom, and then I will be back for the last and most important step, which you can probably guess what it is. Okay, now that the Cell Balm has had a few minutes to absorb, we're going to finish with the last step, which is, of course, sunscreen. Never go a day without sunscreen, especially post-procedure. If you love to go on walks, you're going to be outside, you play outdoor sports like tennis, you need to walk your dog, just make sure you have a really great mineral sunscreen that you can use post-procedure, and I would top it all off with a big hat and some sunglasses. I am using one of my favorite tinted sunscreens of all time, Jan Marini's Tinted Physical SPF. It is a fragrance-free mineral sunscreen, great for sensitive skin, and what my clients really love about this sunscreen, especially for my acne-prone individuals, is it does have an oil capture system. So it's not going to dry your skin out like a lot of mattifying sunscreens, but if you do produce any level of oil, whether it's a little bit or a lot, the oil capture system will help to literally capture that. This is some nice innovative technology. I had Jan Marini on my podcast, and she was actually talking about how difficult it was to create this technology. It's really not common in other sunscreens, but I love it for my acne prone people because, as we know, oil is 1/3 of the acne equation. It is fuel to the acne flames. So if you are noticing any level of shine, it is very likely that is contributing to breakouts. So we want to stop that oil in its tracks, and tinted sunscreen is a great way to do that because you really don't need makeup. Tinted sunscreen is the new makeup. This is so nice because it's going to protect my skin throughout the day, but it also feels like I have a little light coverage on. You do want to avoid traditional makeup, foundation, concealer, post Clear and Brilliant, probably for about a week post-treatment, because you don't want to clog the skin or compromise the results. So instead, I would choose tinted sunscreen, which is, to be honest, what I always wear, even when I go out at night. I personally just wear tinted sunscreen. That is the skincare routine. This is the routine I will repeat tonight, minus sunscreen, of course, and the routine I'll be repeating for the next 2 days. We're going to keep it simple. On day 3, you will experience that sandpaper texture to your skin. This is totally normal. The last thing you want to do is try to exfoliate it off. This is really just part of the healing process. You don't want to compromise that or rush it. Really just want to baby your skin and allow it to heal on its own and just really protect it with good hydration anti-inflammatories, good SPF. So we got some nice anti-inflammatories and moisture from the complex. We got some bacteria control from the Hyacin Active. Our Glymed moisturizer is just keeping the skin nice and moist so that it can heal and repair itself. And then we've got our little occlusive from the Cell Balm and sunscreen on top. That is really it, and that is a nice, just foolproof routine. Your routine does not have to be exactly the same. You don't need all of these things, but I do really love them to just give my skin the optimal ingredients and products it needs to heal. Please let me know if you have any questions about Clear and Brilliant or any of the products that I used or the healing process in general in the comments below. And please also leave me a comment letting me know what type of video you want to see next. Otherwise, I will be forced to think of something on my own, but I would love to know what you would like to see. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you in the next video.